Hey guys, so today we're going to make some homemade burgers. We'll show you the first part of preparing the patties, and then I'll let them rest in the fridge for a little bit just to firmen up, and then we'll come back and we'll cook them up ready for the buns. So to start with, you're going to want about 500 grams of beef mince. That should get you about 4 burgers if you split it down nice and evenly. So we're just going to pop that into the bowl. So you've popped that down into the bowl. Next we're going to add some seasoning. There's no need to be shy with it. You want to make sure that the burgers taste good throughout. And because I'm looking for a bit of chunky burgers, I'm going to add some diced onion that's going to get incorporated into the patties themselves. But in order for this to stick together, we need 1 egg. For every 500 grams of mince that you've got. That's a genius idea. One egg into there. And now, don't be scared, just get your hands in there and get all of that nice and tightly incorporated. Get it all in together and mix it round. So everything's fully coated. If you want a more spicy burger, feel free to add some paprika to this mix as well. Whatever you put into this bowl is basically the base flavours that you're going to get throughout your burger. So now that we've got this all nicely incorporated, we're going to start and split it down ready for our patties. So you just want to take a small amount to stick into a nice bowl, roughly tennis ball sized. So I've got one. Two. And a slightly smaller one because I've got a little bit left over here. So I've only made 2 and a bit because I used 300 grams of mince, but if you use the 500 grams like I've said, you should easily get 4 patties out of there. Okay, so now that we've got our balls of meat here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try and get some of the air out of them so that they set quite nicely. So you're going to take it in your hand, and all you're going to do is throw it back and forth. And that will help pump the air out of the mixture. At the same time, as it's doing that, it will slowly start to flatten it out. Here we've got one patty, just there. Got that on the plate, and then just repeat for the rest of them. we go, number 2. And then the small one. So, now that we've got our 3 patties there, we're going to cover them in cling film, pop them into the fridge to set for about 30 minutes. They should like firm up quite nicely and make it a lot easier to cook. So I'll see you when they come back out. Okay, so the burgers are finished in the fridge. I'm just going to start getting our grills ready, our pans ready. Whilst we've been waiting, I've chopped some onions, ready to put on the top of the burgers. I've toasted some buns and prepared some lettuce to go on that as well. And we'll finish it off with some sauce just to go on it to my liking. So what we're going to want to cook these burgers is some oil, but I'm going to dry fry my onions. So now we've got the oil fully coated in the bottom of the pan there. So the noise you can hear is just the oven hood. I'm in quite a small flat, so I don't want this room being stuck, filled with smoke and steam from everything that we're cooking. Okay, so what we're going to do with the burger is before we put it into the bun, we're just going to put a nice little dent in the middle there, and that will help it retain its shape as it cooks. Always place it away from you in the pan so you don't get a splash onto yourself. We can avoid some burns. And simply this one just in and away. So what we're looking for on these burgers first of all is we're just going to try and get a nice little sear on them. And that will help maintain the juices inside the burger. Ooh. So seared. With the onions, we're just looking to cook them until they go slightly translucent. I don't want a full fried onion. I've just wanted them sauteed really. So it's soft, releasing that flavour. And it'll go really well then with our beef burgers. So to cook these burgers, we've got them on a high heat. Just want that heat to get right through the meat, because they are quite thick patties that we've made. Obviously, because it is beef, it doesn't matter how well you cook them. If you go over, fine. But if you go under, it's okay, you can eat it raw. We are aiming for a medium cooked burger. Which unfortunately cannot be guaranteed. This is my first time actually using this stove top. But we'll do what we can. There we go, that's our onions cooked off there. Oh, no, I've gone the wrong way on this. Down, 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 up. Here. Okay. So we just want to make sure that these burgers aren't actually sticking to the pan. Now, because it is beef, we don't want to flip it too many times. But we do have this lovely crusty colour on the top there. Okay, so now that we're mostly the way through this, we're just going to pick it up and we're going to sear the edges as well. What some people like to do is sear both sides of the burger from the start and then onto a baking tray and into the oven to make sure that it does fully cook through to the middle. But as you can see here, we're getting some nice colour around the edges. Okay, so we finished cooking them. We want about 4 minutes on each side. We put them onto a plate with some kitchen towel there to rest, just to finish cooking itself onto the inside. So we'll leave those rest now for 4 minutes, and then we'll move them across, cut them open just to see how well we've cooked it, and then into the buns. Okay, so we've let the burgers rest now. So I'm just going to take this small one and just going to cut it clean in half, and there we go, beautifully cooked burger. That can go back on the plate there, just to check half that. Beautiful. Beautiful medium cooked burgers all the way through, and that's ready to serve now. So we'll put some of our onions, and there we have our completed burgers. So let me know if you do make it, how it goes. I'll put the ingredients into the description, and yeah, I'll see you again in the next one.